Hello and welcome back. My name is Lori Lander, founder of Lori Lander Coaching, and also the founder of a 501c3 nonprofit called Girls in the Know. Through my coaching, I help women who may be feeling disconnected, unfulfilled, or stuck in life create an exciting new chapter filled with passion, purposeful work, meaningful relationships, and connections with a like-minded tribe. I also want to mention that if you're wanting to make a change in your life and you're not quite sure how to begin or what your first step should be, click on the link below this video to receive a free and short mini training video that explains the first essential step to making a change in your life. And it also comes with a download for you so you can begin now taking this first step to making a change. So just make sure and click on the link below to receive this free mini training. Or you can also go straight over to my website for the mini training there at lorilandercoaching.com. So today I want to talk with you about how to overcome the fear of judgment. And in this episode, you will learn about a constant companion that may be causing you harm, how you can feel free to do what you want moving forward with less stress or worry about what other people will think. You'll learn a great way to gauge whether the people you're surrounding yourself with are truly good for you. And you'll learn the one thing you must resist the urge to do moving forward. So let me ask you this. Have you ever feared being judged by others? If so, has this fear affected the way you live your life? So many women today fear being judged and allow other people's judgments to dictate the way they feel about themselves and the way they live their own lives. And all it takes is one negative comment or remark from a peer to cause you to feel powerless, vulnerable, or defeated. But the good news is there are ways to overcome the fear of judgment that you can begin doing today. So first, it's important to recognize that you may have a constant companion that may be causing you more harm than good. And the constant companion I'm referring to is your inner critic. And her voice may be a big part of your struggle with feeling judged. You will find that judgment of yourself is typically much worse than judgment passed on to you by someone else. Have you ever caught yourself when you were in the midst of saying horrible things to yourself that you would never say to another human being? I know I have, and this can be very damaging, not to mention increase the feelings of judgment and leave you feeling even worse. So the next time you notice your negative self-talk, acknowledge how you're talking to yourself, and then challenge this negativity and ask yourself, is what I'm saying to myself really true? Then you can either release your self-judgment or replace what you're saying to yourself with positive self-talk or positive affirmations. And I have two different episodes that I recommend you watch if you haven't already. And one addresses negative self-talk and the other explains how to create positive self-talk and positive affirmations. I'll provide the links to both of those episodes in the notes below. Second, trust your own approval rather than looking outside of yourself for approval. When you seek the approval of others, you tend to allow others to dictate what they feel is best for you rather than trusting and believing that you know what is best for yourself. The more you practice trusting in yourself, the easier it will be for you to look inward for approval rather than relying on the approval of others. You may also notice that you'll feel free to do what you want moving forward with less stress or worry about what other people will think. Third, ensure you're surrounding yourself with a supportive tribe. And there is a great way to gauge whether the people you're surrounding yourself with are truly good for you and your well-being. I learned to ask myself this simple question many years ago, and I continue to do this to this day. The next time you leave a group of people or a person who you were hanging out with, ask yourself, do I feel lighter or heavier after you're with them? And if after every time you leave certain people, you feel a heaviness or you feel weighed down, this may be a sign that these relationships are not allowing you to be your best self. On the contrary, if you typically leave feeling lighter or energized, then these particular relationships are most likely bringing out the best in you. And the more you surround yourself with people who allow you to be you without apology, the less judgment you will feel. And last, but certainly not least, in fact, this one I feel is the most important of all in helping you overcome the fear of judgment, and that is to resist the urge to take personal offense. I have a great book that I strongly encourage you to read called The Four Agreements, written by Don Miguel Ruiz. And in this book, he talks about the four agreements that you must make with yourself. And the second of the four agreements is this: don't take anything personally. This has been the hardest lesson for me to learn over the years, but it is by far one of the most important lessons to believe and to live by. And when you commit to truly believing this, you'll begin to realize that the judgment that you feel from others moving forward is really just their own harsh judgments that they have about themselves that is then projected onto you. So as you adopt this agreement, you'll begin to feel a huge amount of freedom to carry on with your life without the feeling of the heavy weight of judgment. So to quickly recap, the four ways that can help you overcome the fear of judgment include recognizing your critic and replacing what you're saying to yourself with positive self-talk or positive affirmations. 2, trusting your own approval. 3, ensuring you surround yourself with a supportive tribe. And 4th, resisting the urge to take anything personally. I hope you're able to implement what you need from this valuable information to help you overcome the fear of being judged and find peace within yourself to carry on with confidence. And if you're wanting to make a change in your life and you're not quite sure how to begin, click on the link below to receive my free 10-minute video training that talks all about the first step you should take when wanting to make a change in your life. Wishing you a wonderful week ahead, and I look so forward to seeing you back here next week for another episode. Thank you so much for tuning in.